I just got done listening to Ilhan Omar talk about how horrible and terrible and dirty and everything else that this country is. Denigrating this country, denigrating half of the people in it. This country has been very kind, benevolent, and gracious to her and countless others. We gave her asylum. We gave her a place to live. We gave her an education. We gave her a pathway to become a sitting United States congressman. But to me, it goes deeper than that. See, I'm an Iraq and Afghanistan veteran. I was 22 years old when those planes flew into those buildings, and me and thousands of other young men across this country answered the call to go over there and combat this evil that was on our shores, that had finally hit us. And what we were told over and over again is that we go over there and we fight them over there, we will not have to fight them here. And now here we are. We're retired. We're out. We're ready to start pursuing a life of our own. And what does this country do to that enemy that we went over there and we fought to keep over there because that's what we were told? We kissed our families goodbye. I watched my wife cry while I got on that bus to go to the airport or go to the airfield. I watched my son cry because he didn't know if or when he was going to see me again. And then I come home. I've been retired for 8 years. And I come home and what are we seeing? We're seeing entire communities being taken over by the very people that we fought to keep off of our shores. Dearborn Mission is completely freaking taken over. Now we have mosques in Minnesota, Texas, Missouri, all over the country, promoting Sharia law. Do we really have to tell people that Sharia law is incompatible with the United States Constitution? We were told that if we fought them over there, we would not have to fight them here. But what do we have? What did you do? You elected it mayor of New York. You gave it Senate seats in Minnesota. Now I want you to turn around. I want you to find an Iraq and Afghanistan veteran somewhere around you, and I want you to look them in the eye and tell them why they should not feel betrayed. Do it. I dare you.
Okay, look at this list. 19 countries. Trump just ordered a review of every single green card issued to people from this list here that come from these countries. And we're actually moving to banning, completely banning migration from these 19 countries. I want to know, do you agree with that or not? Please comment here. And of course, here comes all the accusations, xenophobia, anti-migrant, and all the predictable course every single time. And here's something that nobody wants to say out loud, but I will. This is not Donald Trump's fault. Again, this is not Donald Trump's fault at all. This all is happening because of Biden's reckless policies. I don't even call it a policy to leave your borders wide open. He was the one flying people in by the plane load using a phone app, the same way he signed those executive orders using an auto pen. In all honesty, if you don't see this as an attack on America's sovereignty, I don't know what will change your mind. It's easy to point fingers to Donald Trump and America for trying to enforce its laws, but nobody wants to look at the root of the problem.
Trump is talking about ending all migration.
Hey, what's up, Patriots? This is Jericho, and I'll figure out what I'm doing here shortly. All right, we're going handheld because I can't set it's too windy to set the tripod up, man. We're going to try to breeze through stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. And the Muslim problem is definitely one of them. And I thought that was some clear, concise words from our veteran friend there at the beginning of this video on, he thought we were fighting them over there, so they didn't come here. And I remember hearing that too. It's true. And then, so we got a robust conversation to have over the Muslim problem. And a robust conversation is happening right now over at TPUSA, man. Charlie Kirk's legacy lives on, man. We are free-thinking people, united under MAGA, and we got some stuff that we got to discuss out there, right? So I thought AmFest was a great thing to be watching. If you haven't seen any of it, you can go to Right Side Broadcasting, and you go through, and they got a clip of each person that spoke there, and a lot of good speakers were speaking there, and they were like somewhat talking you know, they weren't attacking each other. It wasn't like they're attacking. They were having a good, robust discussion about the Muslim problem, about where we are in the country, and I thought it was just some good stuff to watch, man. If you guys need anything. Priority right now to watch is Professor Clement's last video on Tina Peters, man. And I keep saying, I don't know how it's going to happen, but here's Professor Clements presenting an idea of how things could happen. He was always speaking about the alternative methods of things that could happen, and he does a really good presentation of exactly what's going on with Colorado versus the federal government. And we've been here before, Patriots. We're in the most blessed country in the world, and we know how to work this stuff out without getting violent. So there will be no civil war. There will be no genocide. We're going to do this with the laws, man. The whole reason everything happened up in Minnesota and Dearborn and down in Texas even, Jay, Minnesota or Michigan, New Jersey's got a place they want to go Sharia law at, and that's just not going to happen here. It doesn't happen in America. So what we need is the law enforcement to jump in and enforce our laws, man. Enforce the laws. The reason we're in the position we're at now is laws were not enforced. They were ignored, man. They were, yeah. Dude, Cash, what's up, man? I don't know, but you got a good channel over there. You guys check out Cash's channel. He's putting clips together real fast on very current events. Nice short clips to watch watch on YouTube of current events happening, man. Really enjoyed your channel, Cash. Thanks. So yeah, man, we got some serious discussions, and you know, we're bordering on Civil War talk, we're bordering on genocide talk, but there is a problem here that needs to be addressed. And I talked about it in the last stream, and we'll talk about it all the time, man. That's what we do here, man. We're not irrational. We're rational human beings. We discuss stuff, right? So let me just, I'm going to try to do a 20-minute video here. And I'm just going to start rattling off what happened this week, because there's a lot of good stuff that happened this week, man. You guys all remember Judge Hannah Duggan up in Wisconsin, I think it was, who helped a illegal immigrant evade the ICE officers that were in her courtroom waiting to take custody of this illegal immigrant. And she snuck him out the back door. She got arrested. And hooray, we finally got a guilty verdict on her. So, yay, she's guilty of a felony, okay? Now let's see the Bar Association jump in, you know, strip her of her Bar Association credentials like they did to Giuliani, for crying out loud. So here's where the Justice Department is just going to make a fanfare out of the whole thing, man, because this is going to go to, well, we still need to get a sentencing hearing now because she's just been found guilty, and I'm sure there's going to be appeals and the normal hoopla of the justice joke system that's in this country right now, man. Right on, Jay. Thanks for putting that link in there. Yeah, so there will be further appeals and nonsense to come in the Judge Duggan thing, but we got over the first hurdle, and it looks like this woman's going to do jail time. Jail time. She needs to be held accountable because she is a judge, okay? If you got somebody who did the same exact crime, it's not as deplorable as it is having an officer of the judicial system do this crime, and she needs to be made an example of. Basically, got to make examples. That's the best thing to thwart other criminals, is to make a good example of them. Okay, we also have developing stuff going on with the Fulton County, Georgia, the fiasco that's happening down there over the last 5 years. So finally, Fulton County, Georgia admitted that 315,000 votes were not counted properly, or not vetted properly, or not some somebody ignored the law down in Fulton County, Georgia, and allowed 315,000 votes to be counted in that thing. And of course, that was Trump's phone call to Brad Raffensperger. Can you find me the votes? Okay. Trump knew all this was happening when it was happening. All right. And then they just did show trials and show prosecutions for 4 years down there, convicted Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani had to pay $140-something million to the 2 election worker chicks. A total clown show, in your face desecration of our justice system down there. So that's moving forward right now. And Trump is making tweets and all kinds of stuff is happening on that right now. So we got that. All right. The U.S. trade deficit has been cut in half. The trade deficit is how much more imported stuff comes into the country than we export, and that has been cut in half. In 11 months, Trump cut the trade deficit in half. You don't hear Fox News, this is just humongous victories. Humongous victories. Trump has reversed all auto pen pardons and null and void. I guess the justice system will have to ruminate on that for a while, and we'll see where that goes. But he just reversed them all, every single one of them. 8,000 auto pen pardons given out by the FJB administration, null and void. Trump made some comments about the election, the votes from Fulton, Georgia. And the terms that he decided to use was, there will be more evidence to come. In fact, truckloads of evidence. And I'm thinking, wow, truckloads. We got truckloads coming now. All right. What are we talking about? What do you put in trucks, man? I think, wow, big boxes of ballots. So it's coming out, Patriots. 2020 was rigged. It doesn't how much anybody else that tells you, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, how much you stamp up and down, but we are going to enforce the law in this country, man. It's going to happen. The unemployment numbers came out, and they were at 4.5%, 4% unemployment. That's because there are 270,000 less federal jobs right now. Another humongous victory. And now most of them quit. Trump derangement syndrome self-deported most of the 270,000 federal jobs out the door in a grand display of chronic Trump derangement syndrome. What else? Carolyn Levitt just made a mention that the number of missing migrant children has gone up now to 129,000 migrant children are now accounted for, found. That is tremendous news. Tom Homan announced a week ago there were 62,000 found. Now we're up to 129,000. In the meantime, and here's the joke of the Epstein files, man. How many lawyers are now going through hundreds of thousands of documents so that we can release the Epstein files to the masses that they were screaming for, okay? And it's all coming up where, oh, there's another picture of Bill Clinton. It's not Trump with young girls, man. And in fact, it's Clinton and all these other shady people, so they're all getting exposed. But the resources squandered on that hoax are the ones that could be working on finding more of these missing children right now. And that is the horribleness, the depravity of what's going on right now. Those sources are squandered on this Epstein thing. And right now, there's tens of thousands of kids out there that need to be rescued. Dan Bongino says he's going to step down. He put out a really meaningful social media post about that, where the people he was working with in the missing children's department, every night when they go home from work, First of all, they have to look at this depravity stuff, you know, that in order to find these people. And then they got to go home knowing that those kids are still out there another day. You know, every day that they go home from work, they know that nothing's going to get done till tomorrow morning when I get back to work on this case. And imagine the heartache that these people got to work with. So pray for them people. Those are the people that need prayers, man, that they can deal with the horrific nature of our enemy, man. It's sickening, man. What else? Okay, we got another Venezuelan tanker has been boarded or something. That happened today. And we have also begun hits out in Syria. We had 2 service members and an interpreter killed in Syria. The president of Syria was recently in D.C. talking to Trump a week or 2 or 4 ago. And apparently we are now doing operations in Syria to take out the people that performed that attack. And Trump promised them hellfire if they attack us. And they did. So now they're receiving their hellfire. And Trump also said, attack us in our own country, and there's going to be some real hell to pay. So that's where I think the Syrian government and their president himself is going to keep a lid on things with the Syrians right now. Hopefully. Pray for these warriors out there right now that they utterly decimate this enemy that's out there that the president of Syria doesn't even want to defend. They just find refuge in his country. So pray for the troops out there. And just with the Minnesota fraud that's exploding, man, is I've heard numbers of up to $9 billion of fraud just in Minnesota. All right, this is the first one that's getting opened up. The investigations are happening. 90 fraudsters have been charged now already, and 62 have been convicted already. So all the people going, Bondi's not doing her job. Well, there you go. 90 charged, 62 convicted in the Minnesota fraud. And the numbers are going to come out on how many billions of dollars these communists stole from you and me, okay? Here we have another state like Colorado acting irrationally against the federal government. That's all of us, okay? All the rest of the states is what it is. So I think that's it in a nutshell, man. One big event that's coming up is January 6th. There's going to be a march at the Capitol, and a lot of the J6ers are going to be there. It's going to be a memorial march. There is a new song out that Jamie Crow was telling me about called Anthem of the Free. So I haven't tried to look that up yet. She played a little bit of it on a live stream the other night. And so there is an event in D.C., man. If you guys want to attend, it will be, I don't know what it's going to be yet. I got a flyer in here somewhere, and I'll try to remember to post that next time I do a stream. So, all right, that's it, man. 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm under it. And I can close out with, I'm just going to close it out, man. It's getting dark here. Annette Park says, it's awesome song. Look it up. Right on. Hey, Deb Vi. Walls is going down. I mean, there has got to be more prosecutions happening. We just fired 270,000 federal employees. I say we start hiring more lawyers. I say we hire some more FBI people. I want 10,000 agents on this missing kids thing, man. That's unacceptable in this country of America. 20,000. Let's hire them. All we need is manpower. These agents are going home every night going, oh, why aren't we working? They go home every night knowing these kids are still out there. So why don't we get a second and a third shift going at the FBI, you know? That's how the workers would do it, right? Round the clock. Let's go. Find these kids. Get these illegals out of the country so we can have our housing back and our jobs back and our lower insurance rates back and our taxes lowered so we don't got to support them and stuff, man. Keep the faith, patriots. Keep praying, man. This is God doing it. This ain't us, man. But he does it through us. So It's a pretty good ride, man. I love you guys. We're going to keep it at 20 minutes. Hallelujah. This is Jericho, over and out.